we got a transmission about a delivery that they somehow just managed to walk into the ship and put it there.
If you don't mind my saying, Captain, Minister Clark is lucky to have you on his side.
He is.
You have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do in my reports. And my reports of you have been exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career.
This is not what I was hoping would happen, but anyway. Let's skip the pleasantries.
You have something I want. I'd like to negotiate.
What do I have? I'm listening.
Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us.
I don't have Phineas. I want to convince you to turn me into... Okay, well, convince me.
Wells is a dangerous madman. His plan is going to endanger everyone in Halcyon. He's an obsessive psychopath. And he's using you. You're in contact with Wells. I want you to send us a tracing signal from his communication terminal.
Oh, hold on. Getting a lot of noise on this signal. Could you go away and never call back? Yeah, You want me to sell him out?
Wells was our mistake. We failed to apprehend him for years. I'm asking you to help me correct that mistake. I'm sending you my access code. Contact me from Wells's terminal. When you're done, come speak to me in my office.
Adjutant Akande's call has been terminated. Will there be anything else, Captain?
No. We're not going to do that, though. One, because we're doing the DLC. But two, because... screw that girl. Feels like the board is playing at a poker table, and they're folding every single play, and then just having to pay the antes, and they're just slowly waiting to die out instead of risking doing anything to not die out, which is dumb. All right. Halcyon Parcel Service. I believe that is what we need to do. The ones who walk away from Gorgon. Halcyon Parcel Service delivered a package for Alex Hawthorne, which is who we took over, I guess. Since Hawthorne is out of the picture, the package is yours by law. Let's open the package.
Hawthorne, if you're getting this, something's happened to me. Got mixed up in some shady business on Gorgon. Should have known better. But I landed on something big. And now this job's an itch I can't stop scratching.
Crewman.
There's a whole research compound left to the Sprats. I think I'm close to figuring out why. But something dangerous is closer to me.
Is that an arm?
Got the job through one Minnie Ambrose. Top runger who just came into some money, was offering a hefty bid card for qualified help. Trust me, her money's good. Talk to Minnie. Take the job. If I ain't gonna live to see the payday, might as well be you. Consider us even, old pal.
Ada, what's going on?
Lucky Montoya owed Captain Hawthorne a considerable debt. I believe this is what humans refer to as payback. Captain, the message contains landing coordinates for a small asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. It was recently registered to a Wilhelmina Ambrose.
Are we talking about the severed arm on the kitchen table?
Simulating disgust. How distasteful. Humans eat there. I'm not touching it, etc.
Welcome back,
Lucky
Severin.
Montoya had a statistically significant tendency to encounter situations of extreme danger. He was also the 4th best paid freelancer in the system.
Only the fourth.
There are several hundred freelancers operating in Halcyon. Considering the numbers, Mr. Montoya ranked among the top percentile. This had less correlation with his measured aptitudes, which rank at or below average, than with a pattern of fortunate circumstances.
You mean luck?
Luck does not exist, Captain. Nevertheless, I am programmed to agree with your assessment. I have transferred the coordinates for Ambrose Manor to your navigation terminal. We can travel there when you are ready.
Do we take this with us?
Hawthorne, if you're getting this, something's happened to me. Got mixed up in some shady business on Gorgon. Should have known better.
Oh, we just heard that. Alright. Guess we're going to Gorgon.
We've arrived at Ambrose Manor.
Thank you, Ada. Quick nap. And feed. Some sugary drink. Here we go. Made with real xenocyte waste.
Welcome to Ambrose Manor. We were not expecting company.
Drinks.
Please follow.
The butler.
Do not stray from the path.
I'll go this way if that's okay with you, Drinks.
This unit is under construction. Thank you for your patience.
Speak with Mini Ambrose. Okay. Whoa, that's a cool garden. Simulated fish pond. Needs water. Place is all run down. It's stuck in Suez, yeah. Ambrose attempted to log into the system. Terminal's been locked. Not much food remains. Kitchen key card will open that. If not, we're not. Doesn't look like we're going to level, so not like I can take points in lock picking on the way. Loot is good. That one's barred. Huh. Nice dump you got here. I mean, it's isolated. Don't have to worry out the neighbours with noise complaints, I guess. It's a pretty sweet view. Hello.
So who the devil are you?
I'm Panz, captain of the Unreliable.
You don't say. Well, make yourself at home, Captain. I'm sure we have much to discuss. Do you see that glowing chunk of space rock?
Yep.
That's Gorgon. My birthright, my burden, and the bane of my existence. I hate to drink alone, and this is my third. So join me in raising a glass. To Gorgon.
Give a cheerful toast. To Gorgon.
To Gorgon. May cosmic winds shepherd her to the nearest star. I'm Wilhelmina Ambrose, but you can keep it short and call me Minnie.
Okay, Minnie.
Now, what brings you to my house, handsome? I take it you didn't come all this way for the beverages, the starry skies, or the pleasant company.
I'm here about a severed arm.
A severed arm? How positively ghoulish. You know this is a private residence, not a curio shop?
Does the name Lucky Montoya mean anything to you?
Lucky Montoya is my personal freelancer. Fascinating man. Very brooding and theatrical. Always staring into space and twirling a bullet over his knuckles. But if something happened to him... Oh dear. I suppose that makes him my former freelancer now?
Yeah, what's his arm doing in my ship? It's not in your ship, we picked it up.
I sent Lucky on a dangerous mission to the Gorgon asteroid. Whoever found his remains must have wanted to inform the next of kin. What a time for his luck to run out. We were in the middle of something grand, and I really can't afford another setback.
Let me guess, you need someone to finish whatever Lucky started.
Excellent deduction. I can tell I found the right man for the job. How would you like to be my new freelancer? There's been a recent vacancy, and I think you're well suited to the job. I'm looking for someone rough around the edges.
That's me.
A gorgeous,
That's me.
dashing scoundrel
Me.
type.
That's all me.
Incidentally, someone good with their hands.
Also me, but that's a different job for later. Are you seriously... How likely am I to wind up like your old freelancer?
The man lost an arm. What are the odds of that happening twice? Of course, Gorgon is a treacherous place, and my own family's involvement with it has been fraught. Allow me to lay out the facts, and you can decide for yourself if you want to be my chief investigator. My mother, Dr. Olivia Ambrose, worked for Spacer's Choice at the Gorgon Research Facility. She was brilliant, the top scientist in her field, until tragedy struck.
If she was brilliant, Spacer's Choice. It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice. Huh. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Spacer's Choice is one big accident waiting to happen.
I wish I could say otherwise. One day, Spacer's Choice shut down all research and evacuated Gorgon. Everyone had to scramble or risk getting left behind. It was chaos. Employees fled for their lives. Mother never made it home. I'm told she wasn't the only casualty that fateful day. Mother's name has since been dragged through the mud. Spacer's Choice blames her for the collapse of Project Gorgon, and I just know they're lying.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, sounds like she was the corporation's patsy.
My thoughts exactly. Mother would not have allowed Project Gorgon to fail. Something happened on that asteroid, and my family took the fall for it.
Okay. So what did you send Lucky to find?
The truth. Mother is gone, Gorgon is silent, and I deserve answers.
What do you think happened on Gorgon? Or answers to what end? What do you think happened on Gorgon?
I don't know. And Spacer's Choice won't say. They don't discuss anything that tarnishes their brand. Gorgon has a dark history. The project fell apart. Personnel were shuffled across the system. With Mother gone, now I'm all that's left.
Ask where Dad is? There must be someone who knows what happened on Gorgon.
No doubt someone is out there who could talk. Someone involved in Mother's research. Someone paid for their discretion. Then again, why pay for silence when you can buy it for the low, low cost of a bullet? That's the Spacer's Choice way.
Well, that is
The
optimal.
asteroid may look like a glittering jewel, but I assure you the resemblance ends there. Gorgon is poisonous to the core. One might even say cursed.
Yeah, I've heard enough. What do you need from me?
Whatever happened on Gorgon wasn't Mother's fault. I simply need the evidence to prove it. We're going to drag the truth kicking and screaming into the light. Even if it means bringing ruin and humiliation to Spacer's Choice. All the evidence I need should be in Mother's journal.
Okay.
You can find it in her office on Gorgon, in the heart of the old research facility.
Journal, hey? Don't worry. If Spacer's Choice is hiding something, I'll get to the bottom of it.
I believe you're the first person to ever side with me against the corporation. It's a refreshing change. When you reach Gorgon, pack a weapon you trust. The corporate lockdown hasn't stopped the wilderness
Well, I got
from
some weapons,
squirming
and they're
in
not
through the
Spacer's
cracks.
Choice weapons either. Now, be careful.
There's a little saloon near Gorgon's landing pad, the Sprat Shack. Lucky was renting a room, so if you want to follow his trail, that would be the place to
Okay,
start.
Sprat Shack.
Just so we understand each other, money is no object. I'm willing to squander the family fortune if you get me what I want. Between your payment and any
Okay.
salvage you happen across, you'll walk away from this rich enough to buy a mansion of your own. How does that sound?
That sounds like I can upgrade my weapons. Wait, yeah, what's the catch? There's always a catch.
The catch? No one's ever done this before, and the only person who tried is a corpse. Believe me, that's enough.
Yeah, that's the catch.
Here's your nav key, Captain. Safe travels.
I'll be in touch.
A word of advice before you go, Captain. Trust no one. Mother's office is in the heart of the Gorgon facility. You're free to salvage anything that isn't nailed down. I only want what's mine.
Well, okay then. How do I get into the other rooms? To Gorgon. I can't fast travel to my ship? That's rude. Oh, maybe I had to region it. Oh, rude.
This unit expresses dismay.
Mr. Harvey dropped his key card in the pond. I'll hold on to it in case he ever comes looking. But I won't go in the house. I won't go. Okay, what's this key card we just picked up? Oh, it's the kitchen key card? Ah, for the house. Alright, let's just run back to the house and get some loot. Rewarded for exploration. I like... There's been lots of little bits like that. You just sort of go out of your way, find a bit of loot that will unlock a door. Waste some time running back into the house just to get, 20 bullets. But, yeah. It could matter. We might run out of bullets. Maybe. Then how would you feel? one's the kitchen. Oh, that's the master bedroom. Well, where's the Which one was the kitchen? This key card's... Oh, downstairs, maybe. There's nothing in here. Oh, well. We got 2 bottles of alcohol that we can sell for... I can't believe it's not Borst. Okay, we've got some food and some drink and some alcohol. Not a complete loss, but pretty much. Oh, wait. Some more Borst. We got actual Borst, and I can't believe it's not Borst. We'll have to run some blind taste tests and see if we can believe it's not Borst. Don't you blow raspberry? Actually, there's a master bedroom key. Let's see if we can obtain the master bedroom key.
How do you do?
This house has seen better days.
Regrettable, I know. We used to have a staff to maintain the grounds. Not just auto mechanicals either. Real people doing real work.
What's with the Moon Man statue in the foyer?
Hideous, isn't it? I've been meaning to have that thing removed. Maybe jettisoned into the sun. Spacer's Choice agreed to double Mother's research budget if she subjected her family to product placement. I swear, those eyes follow me wherever I go.
Can you hire new staff?
It's hard to find good help. And I'm not quick to trust anyone who'd work for me. Present company excluded.
Of
I
course.
can worry about upkeep once my family name is restored. Until then, this manor is a base of operations. Very well. If there's anything else, you have my attention.
Well, there was other stuff. Questions about family.
The Ambrose family comes from old Earth money. We were pioneers,
Ooh, old Earth
inventors,
money.
and chimerists. Always at the top of our field, never lagging behind. If there's anything else you'd like to know, speak on.
You came from a talented heritage. What interests you?
If Mother and I shared anything, it was our love of chemistry. Chemistry is a desire to understand matter, the very foundation of our
That's right,
existence.
Severo.
What Ambrose could ignore such a tempting lure?
Gotta get that master bedroom key somehow.
Yes? Ask anything you like, Captain. It's nice to have a competent partner for a change.
Is there anything you aren't telling me?
I've told you everything I know. I trust you to investigate Gorgon and draw your own conclusions. If you can think of anything specific, all you have to do is ask.
Yeah, I'll come back
Of course, my dear Captain. I look forward to it. Be sure and close the door on your way out. I feel a draft.
then. Shut your own door.
Weary. Are you upside down?
Yes, I am, Drinks. We're off to Gorgon.
We are now in orbit above Gorgon.
Let's have a caffeinated beverage. Save.
I think I'll initiate an
Sorry, Ada, I really had to go.
Please be informed that emergency evacuation.
And disable the emergency evacuation notice. Good. Oh wow. Is that broken then? I've got a couple buildings over here we can get into. A whole mess of buildings down here and stuff. We should be checking that out first. It is closest, I guess.
Supplies if you need them. Long on Gorgon unprepared.
Steel. Hello.
Is that what my thoughts sound like? Look, I've been standing near that alarm too long. You looking for supplies, stranger? Let's stock up here. If you run low on bullets out in Gorgon's far reaches, there ain't no one around here liable to help you out. Let me know if you're looking for something particular.
So this is Gorgon, hey?
You mean you came out to this asteroid without knowing nothing about it? Me too. Heard it was wild here and couldn't resist. Trouble is, if you wander off to somewhere you oughtn't be, like way out in Gorgon's farthest reaches, odds are slimmer of your bits finding their way to my pockets. If you want my advice, stick close to the Sprat Shack. Unless you fancy having your limbs torn off and eaten.
Yeah, don't go out and have any fun. Just buy stuff off me. Give him my best unimpressed look.
You okay? Does your stomach hurt or something? Look, I ain't stopping you from wandering elsewhere. But if you do, be sure you watch out for the Marauders. That's the #1 thing. And the Mance, I guess. You watch out for Marauders, Mance, and Charles from accounting, and you'll probably be fine.
Who's Charles from accounting?
Only the meanest Marauder on Gorgon, and also anywhere else. That man is crazier than a bag of canids and twice as likely to bite. He will bust your head open like an overripe mock apple if he so much as sees you. I ain't joking. He'll snap you in half like stale bread noodles.
Thanks for the warning.
No, you don't get it. Charles from accounting is like... Imagine if you took 3 of the most howling mad Marauders you could find and mashed them together. That's Charles.
0 times 3 is still 0.
You ain't listening to me, huh? Well, I warned you. If you run off and get exploded to death by a madman with a rocket launcher now, that's on you.
Up. Come on. Sit. Oh, go back to the rocket launcher.
Sure, okay. He's got a rocket launcher.
Is he any good with it?
I don't know. Hard to guess how many he's killed, given the explosions tend to obliterate any bodies. I'm joking. No one bothers looking for bodies. Look, long story short, you do not fuck with Chuck. Best to avoid the Marauder camp entirely. That's my 2 bits on the matter.
I take it the evacuation alarm wasn't urgent.
Huh? Oh, you don't gotta worry about that. Something to do with that scrap project Gorgon from years back. Thanks for turning it off, by the way. I'd have lost my mind if the damn thing had gone on much longer.
Been going on for years. I'm impressed Space's Choice built something that lasted 5 years.
I thought that alarm was going to bang on for the rest of time. The control terminal wouldn't listen to physical persuasion. I know, because even Von Hoffman couldn't bash it in. And I seen that tough son of a gun throw a man clean across the Sprat Shack one time like he were a toss ball.
What can you tell me about Project Gorgon?
Only that Spacer's Choice shut it down in a big hurry. From what I heard, some of their folks got left behind even. Don't seem like the project ended well.
About Charles from accounting.
Yeah?
Why is he called that?
His name is Charles and he used to work in accounting?
Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting.
Anything else you needed?
What do you got for sale?
Found a pickaxe in the mine like none I've ever seen before. Could be awful useful if you're the violent type.
Interesting. Stuff. Meat, sugary, alcohol. That looks good. Oh, there's also a walking ramp there. That's the broken one. Sprat Shack. Alright, so it's not an abandoned planet. There are people still living here. Probably not many. Electricity rationing in effect. By accessing this terminal, you consent to paying 1 bit per every option selected. Dominic Tran owes a lot of bits. He's logged in. I'm not paying that. So I'm just Stella Bay, a whole bunch of redacted. Do we get anything from that? Love it.
This unit reminds you that death is a prison without doors.
Okay. Debt is a prison without doors. Oh, is that why it's called the Sprat Shack?
Come here. Let's have a chat.
I mean, or I could look around first.
Don't want to chat? Fine. You're on my list.
But I do want to chat. Why are you going to put me on the list, dude?
All right, inspection time. Look at my eyes for as long as you can without blinking.
No.
Starting now.
Oh, there we go. No.
Want to run that by me again?
Said no.
Feisty one. Well, fuck you too. You're cleared to go downstairs. That was a sanity check. If you had changed like the others, it'd be in your eyes. You'd also be drooling, cursing, and making a mess of the place.
What did you mean when you said people had changed?
Every day, salvagers and scrappers set out to comb the ruins and make their fortune. The ones who come back, they aren't always the same men or women who left. They change. Never for the better.
Oh, I see. What happens when people change?
First, they get real twitchy and paranoid, shouting at folks who aren't there. Then they smell like they soiled themselves, on account of how they soiled themselves. After that, they're gone. Nothing but animals wearing human skin. Seen it happen myself.
It rubs the lotion on
never
its
pretty.
skin, or it gets the hose again. Where am I?
This is the Sprat Shack, the most remote watering hole in the system. Rule number 1, no fighting. Rule number 2, wipe your feet on the way downstairs. We're the only hospitable place on this rock. I want to keep it that way. That's why we have rule number 3. When people change, they stay outside, where they belong.
Yeah, fair enough. Alright, what can we
Just
ask
don't
you?
ask me to dance.
Alright, what do you do around here?
Bouncer, bodyguard, law enforcer. I make sure the Sprat Shack gets only the highest caliber of clientele. We get a lot of brand-loyal corporate types, and a lot of cutthroat freelancer types.
That's me.
Both sides have their share of dirty scoundrels. And I hate dirt.
Oh, sorry, dude. Yeah, well,
This is a sublight bar, so most of our regulars come to plunder the old labs.
I used to work for
The
Sublight.
facility's locked up behind miles of red
Crazy.
tape, so progress is slow. A lot of time to drink and reevaluate, then venture out and try again.
What do you know about Gorgon?
Something bad happened here. Spacer's Choice was developing chemicals. The kind with nasty
chemicals?
side effects. Marauders outnumber the rest of us 10 to 1. Either they came from Gorgon, or something draws them here. I don't know which is worse. This place is under a dark cloud, stranger. That's all I know. If you want the history of the Sprat Shack, talk to Lex behind the bar.
Alright, see you around, dude.
Watch yourself out there.
Thanks, man. He seems okay. Well, I did.
Are
I
you
did.
my agent on the ground?
Sorry?
I've been sent to meet a certain someone about a certain piece of merchandise. They're supposed to use a secret code phrase.
It was in the elevator. You just weren't watching.
Can't help you.
Why is everything stealing? Hello.
Welcome to the Sprat Shack. First one's on the house, and I won't even water it down. What'll it be?
Water. Wait, Spectrum vodka. I want to see colors and lots of them. Whiskey. I'm feeling refined.
Bottoms up. I assume you're here for salvage.
Sure. Got any leads?
Even if I did, I ain't supposed to play favorites. Most of my regulars are sublight scavengers. They pick over the ruins of Gorgon, spend their earnings at the bar, and head back out the next day. Vicious cycle, but that's life. You're the first new face I've seen in a while.
You know anyone by the name of Lucky Montoya?
Lucky. Sure, I knew him. He could get a little dramatic at times, but he was a good guy. Heard he took on a dangerous job. Spent a lot of time coming and going from the Office of Creative Incubation, just down the road.
Creative incubation. Go on.
The way he talked about the job, You just knew Lucky had hit pay dirt. Not that I was jealous. Around here, that sort of luck can be hazardous to your health. Awful shame about what happened to him.
What happened?
You really want to hear my story? Law, most everyone around here is sick to death of it by now. Last I saw of Lucky was a few days ago. I went outside for a smoke and a stroll, and I saw this wild canid dragging a bloody limb. So I kicked the canid, scared it off.
I hate canids.
I'm an animal lover myself, but canids have temperament issues you just can't breed out.
Mm-hmm.
Get this, the canid was chewing on an honest-to-law human arm.
What?
Lucky's arm.
How'd you not belong to Lucky?
I'm a bartender. Attention to detail is my middle name. Anyway, the arm was collecting a
attention to
phonograph
detail
that mentioned someone
bartender.
named Alex
What a name.
Hawthorne. I did some poking around, and this Hawthorne has a reputation among the salvagers who frequent the bar. So I packaged up the arm nice and tidy and sent it care of the Halcyon Parcel Service. They even gave me a discount on the hazardous waste removal stamp.
Oh, that arm made it to me. I'm Hawthorne's next of kin. Sort of.
No kidding. And now you're here? Colony feels smaller than you'd think some days. I'm glad I was here to see this confluence of events, you know? The stars really aligned on this one. And here I am, smack dab in the middle.
Alright, so why bother sending an arm at all?
I figured Hawthorne would want to know what happened to his pal. Help Lucky get his affairs in order, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate to see people go with unfinished business.
Alright, where was he staying?
3rd floor. Once I figured he wasn't coming back to pay his tab, I left his room unlocked to air it out. You can help yourself to anything you left behind.
Hey,
Fair
Wolf.
warning, I've been letting the regulars use it for a quick
Oh,
lie
that's not
down.
good, man.
Just wash your hands when you're done. Trust me.
Hopefully we can perk you up a little bit. What do you know about Gorgon?
Spacer's Choice used to brew pharmaceuticals in these parts. That's why the asteroid smells like an old gym sock. They say Adrenatime came from here, just down the road at the old R&D lab. Very hush-hush back in the day.
Okay. Any regulars have more information about Gorgon?
Roscoe might tell you more. He spent some time around here before the bar opened up. And I trust him well enough. There's always Leonora, my favorite customer over in the storage room on the 2nd floor. Keeps to herself and always closes out her tab.
Okay. What's Roscoe's story?
He's been here since opening day. I think he told me he was some kind of journalist. He got left behind when Spacer's Choice pulled out. And I guess no one's coming to get him.
Poor bastard. Why'd he get left behind?
He didn't tell me and I didn't ask. I'm his bartender, not his human resources rep.
Yeah, that's fair.
If you believe the chatter, a lot of good folks got left behind, and a lot of bad folks made it out. Sometimes that's all there is to it. Roscoe's drinks are on the house. We all know how it feels to get left behind. He'll be all right. He's with the family now, and we take care of our own.
Interesting. Okay, what about Leonora?
Nice lady. Been coming around a lot these past few months. She isn't with Sublight, but seems to know the lay of the land better than anyone. She spends most of her days drinking alone. I think she's looking to hire someone. If you're open to a side gig.
I love side gigs. Do you know if she spoke to Lucky?
Now that you mention it, I thought I saw those two sharing stories over a pint. Didn't think twice about it. I don't speak ill of the dead, but Leonora deserves better company. That Lucky was no good for her.
Fair enough. Thanks for the tips.
What are friends for, eh?
Yeah, why Spacer's Choice shut Gorgon down?
I doubt anyone knows the full story. One day the evacuation order went out. Grunts and lab coats scrambled to get anywhere but Gorgon. And the weirdest thing of all, Adrenatime still hit the market. Me, I never touch the stuff. To each their own, but I think it's dangerous.
Salvage is making fortunes, yeah?
Damn right we are. We've got drugs, scrap metal, prototype weapons, drugs, money, and more drugs. When Spacer's Choice evacuated,
Apparently they got drugs.
everyone dropped their gear and ran. Most of it stayed where it fell, and all of it is up for grabs. Of course, the real treasure is whatever's locked up in the old facility. Until someone figures a way to crack it open, we're just sifting through dirt.
Okay.
You got it, bub.
So you run this place?
Yes and no. The Sprat Shack used to be a shipping and receiving warehouse during the old Project Gorgon days. When Spacer's Choice pulled their guys off-world, Sublight moved in to salvage what we could, and they put me in charge.
Okay. Right, so Sublight owns the Sprat Shack?
Yes and no. Rumor has it there's a Sprat
Depends.
wandering around the Groundbreaker, and he's the legal owner of the Sprat Shack. Hagen's idea.
Lilia Hagen, yeah. Yeah, let's ask. Why did the
See,
Sprat...
Hagen didn't want a paper trail that led back to her, so she gave the bar to the Sprat. If there were any legal problems with this place, the Sprat would do the time.
I mean, alright. How would you know which Sprat?
Easy. His name's Matt. The beautiful thing
Matt
is,
Sprat.
no one could tell Matt Sprat apart from an ordinary vermin. I think that's kind of the point, to send the authorities on a wild Sprat chase.
What happens if Ethel turns him into Spratwurst?
Never thought about that. Shit, someone could have eaten my boss. As far as business arrangements go, this one's a head-scratcher, but they say it's all above board, so that's what matters.
Alright, and does Spacer's Choice mind you squatting in their warehouse?
Yes and no. We're doing a lot more
All the
than
questions have
squatting.
been answered yes and no.
We're classing up the joint, keeping the riffraff outside, where it belongs. They didn't even serve drinks until I arrived. Talk about wasted potential.
There we go, yeah. Can you answer any questions without starting with yes and no?
Yes. And no.
No.
Again, that one was Hagen's idea. She told me that speaking in vague terms keeps you out of trouble. And I don't want any trouble in my place.
Alright, how do you get supplies in and out?
Thirsty people come and go from all over the colony. Mostly on the way to somewhere better. Some are well connected. And not everyone pays with bits. That's how we get the unconventional goods anyhow. Sublight keeps us well stocked with the essentials, by which I mean booze.
Oh, yeah. Alright, how about a drink? I don't think we've got anything to
I'll
sell.
set him up. You knock him back.
Can you buy all my stuff, please? Including the free drink you just gave me. Okay, so we can talk to,
Seen any good salvage around?
two names. Trixie and Freddy? No. What were the names? Rowena.
That was my salvage, Trixie. You had no right to it then, and you've no
And
right to
Roscoe?
it now.
And Lorena, I think. What's going on here?
A disagreement between professionals. None of your business.
I risked my life sneaking around Marauders to claim that wreck. And I didn't see your name on it.
Now you've done it. Eat fist!
All right, that's enough! This is a family establishment! You want to make a mess? You make it outside!
But this was personal, Lex. It's a question of salvage. That wreck was gonna make me a fortune.
Huh. You get a lot of tavern squabbles around here? That's business, not personal.
It's the same fight every day. 5 years we've been at this, and we still can't agree on how to properly tag salvage. Now you two listen, this is my place. While you're in the Sprat Shack, you'll sit quietly, or I'll forbid you to come here at all. Is that understood?
Fair's fair. I'll have a stout, and we'll settle this later on our own terms.
It's no good to leave a fight unresolved. If I don't do something, these two are gonna be at each other's throats.
I could intervene if you like.
You'd do that for me?
Yeah, pretty cute. Sure, it's kind of what I do for everyone.
I appreciate it all the same. You'll be paid for your time and expertise, of course. Freddy, Trixie, go on and make your case to the generous stranger.
I'll start, seeing as I'm the one who's been most wronged in this equation.
See, I don't think you get to tag salvage. You either take it or you leave it. And if you leave it, someone else can take it. State your names for the tavern.
Oh, very formal. Freddy the Scab, freelancer for sublight salvage and shipping. Same as my father before me.
Junkyard Trixie, also a salvage freelancer, though I've been at it longer than Freddy.
So, just up the road and due east of here, there's a shipwreck lodged in the mountainside, right? I staked my claim on that wreck. Then I wandered in for a drink. An hour later, Trixie swaggers in bragging about her salvage. Ugh, the nerve of some people.
Okay. How did you mark the claim?
I climbed on top of it and called out in my loudest voice, "Finders keepers!"
Lex, I mean, I don't think we're on a different planet. Sometimes they have different rules. You know, we all know the whole Nintendo Land, Phoenix Wright debacle. So let's just check.
I don't know about legal, but it's legit by sublight standards. Assuming anyone was around to hear it, which we can't know for sure.
Someone must have heard me. They just ain't brave enough to step forward and admit it.
Your case isn't winning me over so far, Freddy. Like, not legal, and it's only legit if someone's around to hear it. We could say it's kind of stupid.
What if I were to sweeten the deal? Say the salvage is mine, and I'll give you a share of the finder's fee.
Well...
Bullshit. That ain't fair.
That's probably not fair as well. Neither is this. I rule it for no. Alright, you give me your story and I'll decide what's fair.
When I found the shipwreck, there were no salvage mark. See, the whole area was teeming with bloodthirsty marauders. So I snuck around and added my tag, clear as day, so no drunken idiots could claim the salvage out from under me, Freddy.
For the record, when I heard the marauders coming, I left. Trixie must have set her mark down after me.
Okay, well, he did have his chance to talk, but she didn't let him finish, so... I'm going to drum my fingers thoughtfully.
Quit leading the prosecution, Hullhead. Anyway, that's my story, sir.
What mark did you leave on the salvage, Trixie?
I drew an X in the dirt, with my toe.
Oh my god, these guys are idiots. Interesting. Very well, I've made a decision.
In all my years, I've never heard a more contentious argument. I don't envy your shoulders for bearing the weight of responsibility. You've heard it from them both. So, who gets the salvage?
Me. I'm gonna go out, kill the marauders, and take everything. These idiots don't know how to tag salvage, so I rule in no one's favor.
That ain't no kind of fair.
He ain't even from around here, Lex.
Here's a six-pack on the house, plus your fee. Maybe now we'll finally get some peace around here for a change.
Does this happen often?
A little too often, if you ask me. But that's the sublight way. Anything worth doing is worth fighting over.
Well, glad to be of service.
Come and chat if you're ever feeling thirsty.
Trixie's a stubborn gal, but I love her to pieces.
I'm not drunk. You're drunk.
No, I haven't been drinking. Here's a thought, though. Maybe you should come up with a better rule. I like the rule of, yeah, if you see it, you can take it. If you don't take it, someone else can. Now, Roscoe and Lenora. Or I think that's her name, I don't know.
Jerome would have loved this place.
Lenora. Well, hello. Bar patron, bar patron,
Why'd you want to
bar
meet here
patron.
anyway?
I thought we...
You don't look like one of the salvagers, no? Don't really seem like the type. You've got the look of someone who's traveled far to get here, and whose journey is far from over.
What makes you say that?
Confidence. The scavengers around here, they're faking it. You're the real deal.
Yes, I
I
am.
don't know if you're bound for the old ruins, but in case you are, can you look into something?
Yes,
I'd
side
do
quests.
it myself, but of course
Side
the
quests.
marauders would eat me alive.
I bet you could stand your ground.
Not for long.
Oh.
Looking for something out there. Been paying Sublight to help me, but they haven't made much progress.
Yeah. Sublight wouldn't turn over a rock unless there was salvage underneath it.
Well put. My husband and I worked on Gorgon during the good times. Jerome was on maintenance duty. I cleaned out test tubes till they sparkled.
Oh man, where's Jerome now?
Nowhere good, that's for sure. In his final hours, Gorgon was a war zone. Violence broke out in the labs. The hills were full of marauders.
She looks sad,
You couldn't
sad.
take a leisurely stroll without an armed escort. When the order came through to evacuate, non-essential personnel drew a lottery to see who would board the first wave of ships. Jerome won. I lost. As soon as I wasn't looking, Jerome switched our tickets and pushed me to the front of the line. I got to leave. Jerome stayed behind.
Ah,
I never saw him again.
what a nice dude. So what brings you back? Oh, that was very noble of him.
That Jerome always chose the right thing, even when it got him killed. This place is greedy. Took my Jerome, and it would have taken me too. I just want one thing back. His old hip flask. I gave it to him the day we signed our marriage contract, and he carried it wherever he went. I know it's still here.
Man, what do you think happened to Jerome?
No point in denying it. He died on this rock. Likely torn apart by marauders, unless
Maybe he's in a cave
took care of
somewhere.
himself
That's
on
what we're
his
doing.
own terms.
Find Jerome.
I don't like to imagine what happened, but I know I have to accept it.
Yeah, no. We're not just going to keep an eye out. We're going to find it.
You'd really do that for me?
Yeah.
Law. And I'll bet you're worth 10 of those sublight sprats. I don't have much, but if you help me, there's a little set aside for the occasion. Jerome used to drink with his buddies in a small kitchen opposite the maintenance shed. Might be a good place to check first.
Or it could be the leader of the Marauders. Then she can be Queen Marauder. And then I'll have to kill them all. But that's okay. At least she'll have closure. Alright, I wanted to ask you something first.
Yeah?
Did you know Lucky Montoya?
That old flirt? Yeah. I let him buy me a drink or two. He talked my ear off about exciting jobs he'd done. All lies, I'm sure. He fell asleep with his head on my shoulder. That man had baggage like you wouldn't believe. I didn't think anyone could be lonelier than me.
Huh. Did he mention anything about the Gorgon research facility?
He bragged about having the key to some sort of maintenance area in one of the old buildings. I never saw it, so I just assumed he was
Alright, so we're
talking
going to get a
himself
journal
up.
and a key.
He also asked if I wanted to see something gross and slimy he kept in his room, but I declined, politely.
That could either be something we're going to go get, or it could mean something else that is really disturbing. Want to see something gross and slimy? Oh.
He put on quite a front, but I think he was weary. Like he'd seen
That's
too
gonna be the
much
worst
and
pickup
had too
line
little to show
ever.
for it. Guess we were kindred spirits in a way.
Wanna come back to my room, babe? I'll show you something gross and slimy.
Sure thing. My condolences if you two were close.
Tell me about your Tybod, Gorgon.
The lab coats kept quiet about the project, but the air was charged with excitement. You could feel it wherever you went. They wanted to change the world. A tenfold boost to worker productivity with no side
You wouldn't call it gross? Well, I mean, that's why it's the worst pickup
salivate
line,
at the
right?
thought? I don't know what went wrong.
You'd
but
still call
when
it
shit
slimy,
hit
though?
the fan, it sprayed everyone in its path, including me.
Hey, Sir Edgar. This is The Outer Worlds. It's the Peril on Gorgon DLC. We got delivered we're at the end of the main campaign for the story, and we got delivered a package, which has taken us around to do it for a contract.
Who's this?
That's led us here.
Wonder if they
We're looking for Roscoe. There's Roscoe. Let's see who else is around. What's up, Roscoe?
Holy shit, a fresh face. Haven't seen your like in years. Don't know what brought you to the most dangerous corner of this solar system, pal, but you're welcome here. Oh, you talked to Lex yet? She tell you to keep it civil?
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't guess to talk to her, but that lady's got a mean left hook.
Really? I talked to her. She mentioned you were some kind of journalist.
Some kind. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Got into reporting thinking I was gonna be some sort of public intellectual. What a joke. Spent 95% of my time playing stenographer to the board, and the rest writing puff pieces on the chairman's latest beard trim. Real life and death shit.
Okay, oh nice, we get to do a perception. You seem like you're having a rough time. Can I help you out?
If you're going back out there, do you think you'd be willing to do an old bastard a small favor?
Yeah, man, I love side quests. Helping old bastards is 80% of my job. What do you need?
Well, I've been trying to get away from this rock for 5 lobby-fucked years, but I can't stay gone.
Why's that?
Told you I was a journalist, right? I was here on a story back when Project Gorgon was active. I was doing an interview series for Spacer's Choice. Recorded them all on these little portable phonographs. But when everything fell to shit, Spacer's Choice wouldn't let me leave. Terms of my reporting contract unmet, they said.
Okay, you hid them, and now you need me to get them for you. That about cover it?
Right on the money.
Yeah, okay.
Look at me, I'm no fighter. I've never even touched a gun. But you're just the right amount of rough around the edges. Help me get my recordings back so I can finally get the hell out of here.
Okay, it's your lucky day, Roscoe. I'll get those for you.
No shit? That's downright civilized of you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. One of them I stashed in the office of
we're
creative
going there.
incubation, in the projector room on the 3rd floor. I gave another to my friend Birdie to keep in her apartment, just outside OCI's upper entrance.
Why there?
Seems like a good idea at the time. Someone had started a fire, folks were shooting other folks. It was a madhouse.
All right, next.
You'll find another in the chem lab. It's in the main lab storage room.
All right, Traeger, thanks for dropping by. See you tomorrow, dude. All right. You ran all over Gorgon just to hide your recordings?
Didn't have much of a choice. The primals had gotten loose. Couple of them were chasing
there's
me.
primals here?
Recordings just ended up wherever I hid.
I find it's kind of weird that across all these planets are the same 3 types of... Like, I can understand marauders because they're, humans and they... humanoids? Humans? We'll call them humans. So they can get on a ship and go to the other planets. But we've got the primals, the mantis, and the raptors. And unless they've sort of been shipped back and forth between planets, like stowing away on other ships and whatnot, like it just feels wrong that they're on all the planets. I mean, it's a video game, but still. Yeah. All right, easy enough. The others?
The final one is in Human Inquiry and Auditing. It's tucked behind a pipe in Observation Room B.
Behind a pipe. The observation room. Wouldn't someone have seen you? Oh, badum-ching.
What with the test subjects running loose, the researchers were surprisingly unobservant.
Yeah. Alright, I'll be back.
Strength to your sword arm, friend. And thank you.
Alright, I'm back, but I want to talk about other stuff.
Hey, there you are. Been wondering how you were doing. Did you manage to find those recordings?
I've been gone for 1 second. Can I ask you something?
Sure, I'm an open book.
I mean, it happened with rats, right? But rats aren't like 10 times the size of the of human. Oh, we got a lot to ask. What's the deal with Lucky Montoya?
Nice enough guy. Fashioned himself one of those professional gumshoes, like in the serials. They usually work for the board, rooting out dissidents and the like. Lucky, though, he was freelance. Worked for anyone who paid, no matter their allegiance. You ask me, I think the guy just likes snooping around in folks' terminal messages.
Did he tell you anything about his investigation?
Next to nothing. He preferred to keep a tight lid on things, more dramatic that way.
Yeah.
Not that he needed to keep secrets. Folks down here don't give two shits about anything but bits and beer.
Well, we got to persuade. Why is Charm unlocked? Oh, it's not high enough. Theatrical types tend to blab. You sure he didn't mention anything?
So sometimes Lucky'd get deep in his cups and start going on about the ghost of Gorgon. But I didn't think anything of it. Guy also liked to say he could pop the cyst off a cysty pig at 100 paces with his eyes closed.
Alright. What was good? Oh, that's gross too. What was Gorgon like in its heyday?
Frenetic, chaotic, vicious. Take your pick. I wasn't here at the start, but going off what folks told me about the early days, Gorgon started out with promise. The board's best and brightest were excited to work here. Said it was a good posting. The project director had a vision and big, bold ideas.
And then?
Nothing good lasts long in Halcyon.
And then?
Thing is, the schedules coming out of the corporate office were unrealistic from the get-go. And they were trying to do the project on a shoestring budget.
And then?
Couple that with the obvious personnel problems and toxic junk in the product, it was only a matter of time before it all went to hell.
Yeah, and more orders.
Sprat Shack legend has it they crawled out of the mines one day. Heard one fella suggest they might even be aliens.
What do you think?
I think Halcyon wants us dead. Look at Monarch. The planet's pure poison. Folks can't eat the food that grows on Terra 2 without getting sick. Who's to say it's not something in the dirt or the water? I don't have proof, mind. It's just a hunch.
Yeah, okay. Gorgon's a ruin now. What sent it over the edge?
Shit, any number of things. Fire, primals, sabotage. It didn't happen all at once, but it happened fast enough folks couldn't respond in time. Now, if you're asking how it all kicked off, might have been spies that did it. Corporate espionage, you know. Anti-Cleos.
Anti-Cleo's a bit weird.
I never did figure it out. Not about to try now.
Alright, so Spacer's Choice won't let you leave until you deliver the recordings?
Oh, I've tried. Make no mistake. I've caught a couple of rides out with sublight folks. But the board's fixers always send me right back. And I'm not about to stand toe-to-toe with marauders just to fulfill a line item on a contract.
Yeah, okay. But why bother stashing the recordings?
Someone had been trying to steal them since the day my assistant and I started interviewing. Couldn't even keep them in my safe. They always found a way in. So I took to hiding them all over the fucking asteroid. Thought I was so clever. What a fool I was.
Yeah, you should have just kept them on yourself. You must have talked to a lot of the staff here. What were they working on?
Adrenatime. I'm sure you know it.
Yeah, the
It's
adrenatime.
a drug, something to make folks work harder, work smarter. Had a lot of nasty side effects. Didn't seem so bad to me at the time, but then I hadn't met the test subjects yet.
Maybe that's where the
whole thing was real
marauders came from.
hush-hush. A lot of worry about corporate spies, especially from Anti-Cleos. I probably shouldn't even be mentioning it to you, to be honest. Spacer's Choice, they're really not fond of spies.
Who is?
Fair point. Not even spies like spies.
What do we know about the senior researchers?
Not much, except that there was a whole gaggle of them, and so far as I could tell, they absolutely hated each other. Dr. Ambrose would hardly let me speak to any of them, but she complained about him all the time.
Oh, what'd you complain about?
Everything, seemed like. Marion Blakesley, for example, lady who ran HIA, wouldn't return any of her messages. Not once, for years. Jasper Lowe, guy who headed up Chem, was high more than he was sober. He insisted on running special tests on primals, too. Law knows what for.
Anyone else?
Dr. Ambrose really had it out for this guy Lawrence Goodfellow. Ran OCI. Would lose his shit if he saw red on a schedule. By the end, I heard folks were turning in completely bunk progress reports just to keep him out of their hair. Had this little minion, too. An actuary named Clarence Mosley. Obsessed with quantifying every detail of his sad little life. Mosley was the guy who got me mixed up in all this. Asshole. I hope a primal ate him.
I hope a primal ate him. Okay, so there's tension between the researchers.
Oh yeah, it wasn't just that Dr. Ambrose hated them. They seemed to hate each other, too. OCI pushed a ludicrous schedule. Chem made a bad product, and HIA returned garbage results. A regular merry-go-round of shit flying in every direction. It's no surprise it all fell apart.
All right, then.
Not a problem. Anything else?
I think that's about it, right? I'll let you know when I find the recordings.
Of course. I won't be going anywhere, so, take your time.
Oh, yeah, sure, cool. Alright, we got side quests, we got stuffs. Well, wait. Oh, we got upstairs. So we can go up the stairs here. There's also up the conveyor belt there, but I think they probably link up, right?
What have you got there?
Adrenatine,
Hello, ladies.
I think. Found some in an old busted crate.
Be like that.
Take some drug you found in the garbage?
Someone's in here. Hola.
You okay, dude?
Coming back up again.
Oh man, he's puking his guts up. There's the journal. It's not stealing because it's Oh, I can see what's in there because of that perk. No, because of my skill level's high enough. Right, loot first and then pick up Lucky's notes. You don't seem to be missing a hand. Why is someone sleeping in Lucky's room? Requires code to unlock. Okay. Day one, Space's Choice may have left in a hurry, but they didn't forget to lock the doors on their way out. Most facilities sit up tighter than a top runger's safe. Time to do some digging. Day 6, caught a break today. Met a scavenger who claims to be a salesman for Space's Choice. Sold me a key to the Office of Creative Incubation. Let's just say this guy's about as lucid as a sprat in Rizzo's factory, but I'm spending Minnie's bits so I can afford to take a chance. On day 7 it worked. Clarence Mosley, whoever you are, I'm drinking to you tonight. Okay, we just heard about Clarence Mosley as well. Day 10, Olivia Ambrose's office in the journal ought to be in Synthesis Manufactory Center. The bad news is it's sealed up. Okay, so it's in the Synthesis and Manufactory Center. The bad news is it's sealed up and at the arse end of the canyon. Good news is I should be able to open it from the Bigwig's admin terminal in OCI. So we have to go to OCI to open S&M, which is at the end of the canyon. Except OCI is crawling with marauders. I got a few other leads chased down. Could be nothing. My gut tells me there's more to this place than a missing journal. Time to turn over a few rocks and see what crawls out. Leaving OCI in the key in the safe. The combo is 4815. We just picked up the preserved eye. Oh, is that the key? Oh. A carefully preserved eyeball, mostly intact. Ah. Several whiskeys in, a few bits short last night. Gave Lex maintenance room key while I scrounge up what's owed. Note to self, pay up and get it back before you go to OCI. Oh, okay. We need to speak to Lex again. Room and board at the shacks. Okay, so that's just his tab. Something strange in the mines. Check it out. Note, stay out of mines. Murderous moon man in the canyon. Probably local legend. Canid's yellow. Space's Choice logo yellow. Coincidence? No such thing. Lots of bodies buried on Gorgon. Hatchet. Lawrence Goodfellow. So Olivia Ambrose. Project director, lead scientist, prickly perfectionist. Note, do not ask Minnie about her. Killed in evacuation. Space's Choice man. Marin Banks. Disappeared when things fell apart. Just below head of camp. Okay. Okay, we got the key. It says the key should be in a safe nearby. Our dude hasn't realized that the key is the eye. If I got the bits to upgrade the... I'm going to be broke if I do that. Okay. Oh, that's the main quest. That's the main quest. Oh, they're main quests. Okay, so they're the keys. And the flask in the ruins. Let's just... hit that one up for now. I wonder if we could go back and re-speak to Minnie if she'll mention something about what he was saying in his notes.
Sorry about Freddy and
Minnie,
Trixie.
Lex.
When they're not fighting over salvage, they're fighting over the bed sheets at night.
Those two are a couple?
They like to blow off steam during work hours, but as soon as they clock out, they turn into a pair of kittens. So, what'll it be?
Did Lucky leave a key with you?
As a matter of fact, he did. Collateral for the bar tab he was racking up. So, I guess it's mine now. And no, you can't have it.
$80 lie. I'm not paying 3,000 bits for it though.
Just to show there's no hard feelings, how about a drink?
I'm gonna have a look around.
Good. I've got paying customers.
So I need 80 lie. We're at 77. Plus lie.
No, the drinks aren't watered down. Don't know why everyone keeps asking.
About that key Lucky left behind.
Boy, when you sink your teeth into something, you really don't let go, do you?
Nope. Lucky wanted you to hold that for me. I'm his next of kin.
You're related to Lucky and Hawthorne? That's almost too much. Still, far be it from me to get between a man and his final wishes. Here. I don't know what it unlocks, but Lucky seemed to think it was important.
There we go.
I take him at his word.
All right. Thank you.
Seeing you.
I like that one. There you go. That's why you keep... Oh, man. We're probably... Because of how tired we are, we're probably at a thing, too. We're probably suffering penalties. So we might have just hit that naturally. Can I sleep in the room? I need a cot. She's not going to let me sleep. No, we can only sleep on our ship. Alright, well, if we're about to head out, we definitely need to go to the ship and sleep it off.
Did you bring the payment?
That heads out the back.
I don't know. Did you bring...
You found an eyeball in Lucky's room that apparently grants access to the Office of Creative Incubation. Okay, what was the key that we just picked up then, though? Oh, that's the maintenance room key? Inside Creative Incubation, okay.
No payment, no goods.
Can we fast travel from here? Answer is no. Okay, so there is other stuff around. That's that dude's things. Alright, so I don't think those guys are going to have any extra quest for us. So I think we're going to follow the main Gorgon quest line, and if we get over to these buildings while we're doing that, then we'll already be there, right? If we don't, then we'll go clear stuff out later.
Give me a taste of the goods, just so I know I can trust you.
So I think that's definitely a plan. Otherwise, if we go find those things and then hand in those quests, it's very likely that we'll end up at some of those buildings anyway. Use the workbench. I don't think there's any repair. Break down them. Can't tinker that up. I don't want to modify. We're good. I don't know if it's the DLC, but it seems like our sleep, our food and water is going down faster here. Save.